Hey there, it's Eric Hatch with Century 21 coming from the beautiful Sierra foothills. And today I want to share a couple things in regards to options about how you move from one house to another and do it once without becoming homeless. I get asked often, how do I sell my house and buy a new one without becoming homeless? And there's really two options there. Number one is if you go out and you find the home that you like, you're going to put a contingent offer on that particular house subject to the sale of your home. When you go with this option, there's a few things that come in play here. Number one is your offer doesn't always appear to be as strong, a contingent offer versus a non-contingent offer. So you may be losing some negotiation on price there, but at least you know you found a seller who will actually accept your offer being contingent upon you finding a buyer for your home. Number two is time frames. You want to be really mindful of this. There are several things in a contract with small little boxes that you want to be careful with that might say you have only 24 hours if they find another buyer, you have 17 days to find a buyer, you have 17 days to get your house in contract, or you have 17 days to get release of your contingencies on your home. So be mindful, just because you get a buyer in 17 days doesn't mean that the contract will keep valid, that they'll actually continue working with you. So it's really important for both agents on this side of your transaction and on the other side to be mindful and communicate with each other to know and understand these time frames. Number three is inspections. Giving yourself enough time to do the inspections on your replacement property. And you're kind of doing this all at the same time. You get your offer accepted, you come back, put your house on the market, but that other house, you need to start doing your inspections like right away. It is cost of business. You may never buy that house because you never got your property sold, but you still need to go start your inspections on that, because what you don't want is to get your property sold, get yourself into contract, and then start your inspections on your new property and find that it's falling off the cliff, and then you have to back out of that one and then unwind everything from there. The other scenario here to help you transition from one house to the other without being homeless is called a reverse contingency, where you actually go out, put your home on the market, find a buyer for that house, subject to that buyer giving you ample time to be able to find a replacement property. Then you can go out and put an offer on another property subject to the successful sale of your property because you already have a buyer in place. There are three things to be mindful in this situation. Number one are inspections. You get an offer on your property, you go out and you find another replacement property. That buyer may have only given you maybe 17 days or 2 weeks to find that replacement property. Well, now the inspections need to start. You need to do inspections on your new property, but at the same time, the buyer needs to do the inspections on your property. And oftentimes, you as the seller need to offer to that buyer an option to pay for some of their inspections if you back out of that deal, to keeping you squared and straight to be able to have these things taking place at the exact same time. Number two and three go together in this scenario. It is the time frames and possibly rent backs. So you get an offer accepted on your property, and now you're out in the hunt going to get another property. You need to make sure that the dates on your second property have a closing, maybe push that date out a little bit and allowing you in your original property to have a rent back of sorts. I would suggest somewhere between a 14-day and 30-day period, especially if you're getting a loan, because you're going to be starting on your transaction first, and your transaction on your second one will be lagging probably a week or 2 weeks behind. So make sure you give yourself maybe a possible free rent back or something that's affordable for you. Set that in your negotiation, in your contract on your new house too, with a delayed closing date with a rent back on that. Each situation is different, so please reach out to me if you are considering doing this move, whether you're moving across country, whether you're moving here locally, cash, loans. Every situation is different, and I'm happy to help. So please reach out to me and we can make a custom plan for you.